Nothingness. Um, I wanted to explain something related to this topic. I I have some years ago I arrived at a compelling conclusion on my own, and I never really found a way to put it out somewhere. I wrote it down, I think, but I mean, it's still in my mind, and I am very afraid that I might lose it. So I'll begin from the very beginning of where it all started. So when I was a teenager, right now I'm 20. I mean, yes, 20 plus something, but still not 21. So when I was like 14, 15, something like that, I read about it and I came on this fact that the universe is what like 13.8 billion years ago, and they also there was also this. I also read that the radius of the observable universe. Wait, let me check it real quick. The radius of the observable universe. Okay, so yeah, the radius of the observable universe is 46.5 billion light years. And I read this fact. I don't know how I came to read it, but I just arrived on it. You know, I liked science, so I still do. I mean, I like science, okay? Let me correct myself on that. So I read this fact when I was young. I still am. And then this led me into thinking, okay, 46.5 billion years, okay, that's the universe. But I also read that the outer edge, we have an outer edge, like the outer boundary to our universe, and we call that thing as the event horizon, similar to how we have uh, just given the same name to the edge of a black hole. Okay, so yeah, event horizon, basically where one thing does not cross the border and you cannot cross to the other side and blah blah blah. So that's how we named the edge of the universe. Okay. So then I was thinking that wait, okay, that 46.5 billion years, this is the radius. Okay, but what is beyond that? Now, I had heard about the nothingness, but I never really understood what that meant. So I was like, okay, so this is the universe, and beyond that border, there must be nothingness. So that ignited a curiosity in my mind that what is nothingness exactly? When I was a kid, I used to think that nothingness is basically blank space, like absence of anything. But then, as I grew up, I learned about space and time and space, three-dimensional space, and I learned that the empty three-dimensional space in itself, it is something. It is in in words you can say that it is empty, but it does not mean that it is nothing, because space in itself is something. If you read about Einstein's relativity and similar theories, you will learn that there are a lot of theories which concern into the curvature of space and time, and more importantly, space. So they consider space something in those theories, yeah, and they use all sort of manifolds and mathematics, you know, all those formulas and equations to derive the structure of the space at some particular instant in the field of gravity. So okay, so that theory of that hearsay thing which I was told when I was young, that absence of something is called space, is called nothingness. That was shattered away like a fucking like something. Yeah, it was shattered away. Now I was figuring out like, whoa, so that is not space. That is not nothing. So what is it? What is nothing exactly? Now this is a huge and long story. I won't explain all of it to I don't think I will be able to, because there are a lot of spontaneous thoughts which hop into your mind, and then that leads to you uh, conclude something, and then it connects to something else like a tree. So I don't even know myself how I arrived at it, but I have arrived at I've arrived at a statement or an answer which I find myself pretty convincing. So, and I just wanted to lay that out somewhere. And I thought that, why don't I upload this thing to YouTube or something? So I'm making this audio clip and a video, whatever. I'm not sure what I'm gonna make, but I'm making this, and I'm trying to explain inside it what I really arrived at. So this is the statement which I arrived at. Okay, for suppose you have a thing. Let's call that thing X. Let's suppose that thing is called X. Now, okay. You don't have that thing, but that is the thing in question. Okay, so you want to know that if X is something or is it nothing. Okay, that is the thing which is in question. Now, don't take that when I say that thing. Don't take that physically in the terms of physics. I'm just talking in the English to make to sound sane. So this is the statement: for something to exist, the thing is X. For that X thing to exist, that thing must impart a change or must affect some other already existing thing in that universe or in that concern. Okay, I'll repeat it again. It means for anything to exist, that thing in question must impart a change or must affect something else. That's something else which already exists. So to give you an example, I can say that water in a glass, okay, a glass of water exists because if I take a little button, you know what's a button? Button, the one which you have on your shirt. If I take a button and drop it from open air right above the glass and let it fall in the glass, then I will notice that first it accelerates downwards, and then as it hits the surface of the water, then it decelerates a bit due to the friction, upward friction from the water. So I can say that there is some the water affected my button, so the affected the motion of my button. So I can say the water exists. Now I can say that a tree right there, right wherever I'm sitting right now, there's a tree in front of me. I can say that the tree exists because I can see it and it imparts an effect on my retina. Retina is the thing which you have in your eyes. So I can say it is affecting my eyes, hence it exists. Okay. Now there's a thing. This is exactly where the cool part starts. There are these theories that people and scientists argue that there are like hypotheses and stuff that more than 3 dimensions might exist, like might be existing already. And they also say that it is possible that there are some beings which live in higher dimensions, hyperdimensional beings which exist. Now the thing is, based on my theory which I arrived at, and if I put it into play, the thing is this: if those higher dimensional beings are not able to affect us like in any way, they have no impact on us, like not even on our eyes, okay, like we can't see them, and even in any other effect, like they can't do anything to us, not even like give a mild sensation of a touch on my skin, not even put a thought into my head or anything, just anything. They can't do anything. Then even if those beings are existing in higher dimensions, it does not matter. They actually don't exist for me. I would say it would be safe to say that those beings do not exist if it is said by me and I am a 3-dimensional being, and if they can impact me. This is the thing which I'm saying. Let me give... okay, there is also a very descriptive proverb in the English language which explains what I'm saying very nicely. It goes like this: if a tree falls in a forest and it makes no noise, nobody sees it, and leaves no mark, then did a tree even fall? I think I will say I would argue that that tree does not even exist. It's weird.